Hi there, Steve here from Stanford Skiing. It's Sunday the 9th of February. We're back in the beautiful slopes of Megève. I'm down at the moment. I think I've been here before for you guys, but we're down at one of the lowest points on the Rochebrune side of things. So we look down there, we've got Henri Sport. That's the end of the piece just there. As you can see, it's been fantastically groomed. Looking back at last week, we had another beautiful week, and we've just had a few flakes of snow falling, but nothing really to speak of. Temperatures have been quite cold, except in the sun, but where the snow's still white and still clean, it just reflects that heat, so it's holding up really, really well. Anywhere I think that has struggled, he's good. Oh, to be an instructor, eh? Anywhere that's getting thin has struggled a bit, but I can only think of really about 3 runs that are like that. One of them, unfortunately, is underneath the Mont d'Arbois lift, which means that it's the first thing you see when you go over there, but it's not a problem. I think there's another 390 kilometres a piece to choose from, so I'm not concerned. I was out with the Unthanked Ski Club through the week. We covered loads of pieces. It was good to aim for the ones that people don't really use. So we did, on Monday we did the Rochebrune area. We came down some of the kind of things that go around the edge of places, around the edge of the main runs, so that a lot of people just choose to head straight down the main runs. So it's nice to explore a few more that don't get used often. Tuesday was the Princess area. That's always nice over that side. It's holding up well. There was one icy patch in the middle of the blue run. That's very well signed, but either side of it, that was great. It was maybe a 20-metre stretch that was struggling there, but it's all doing quite well. Wednesday we ended up at the top of the Epaules and Montjoly as well. The good thing about going up there is you get the killer views. It was just the day for it, really. It was brilliant sunshine, and we just took it all in, really. It was fantastic. We won't mention about the chairlift incident, but if you come out and see us, ask more, I'll tell you. Next week's looking a little bit more unsettled, which, to be fair, is welcome. The start of the week we should see some snow. It's going to be potentially light. We're looking at 10 to 20 centimetres, so we're not looking at a huge dump, but just something to top things up will be nice. Keep the colour going, which is always good. Down in the village, as the week goes on, it's looking like that could turn to rain, but I think higher up it should still be seen as snow. Thursday the temperatures are going to be just above freezing. So the little bit of rain that's supposed to come, as I say, it should be snow up the top, but it's going to be, by the look of it, sort of drizzly, which it'll be a shame to see an end to these sunny conditions that we've had, but you can see by the skies today that things are starting to change already. So overall it's looking promising, I would say, for next week. There's reasonable bits of snow coming, hopefully just to top things up. Just a couple of other things. If you have a minute and want to support the modernisation of some of the older lifts in Megève, taking out some of the inefficient ones and putting in more energy efficient ones, and ones that can carry more people and get the throughput better, then just scan this QR code and fill in the petition. When you do that, I think the petition's up about 2,000 users at the moment. A few from overseas would go down well, I think. When you have a quick look, the first field that you'll see is your first name, and then the second one is your surname. Obviously the rest are quite obvious from there, but I mentioned last week, the Three Valleys and the Tarentaise and so on. It looks like the highway guys over there have done an amazing bit of work to get things better. A lot of it's been cleared up. I think it's still work in progress, but it seems like they're actually going to be able to, or they have at least 3 lanes open, maybe 4 at certain hours of the day. So some of the delays that were experienced last week should be cleared up. But I would say if you go into the Tarentaise, check the routes and check the make sure that you're not going to get caught in delays and things like that. But I think, to be fair, they've done a marvellous job over there. It's looking a lot better than it could have done, which is good news for them. One last thing, the French language. What's up with that? So I was talking to a French person last night about the England-France rugby match, and because France lost, we were talking in French, and she said, "Elle a perdu," and I was like, "Elle a perdu," but it's a bunch of male rugby players, and it's quite a masculine thing in a way. You look at it for a French male rugby team, but who would have thought that a team of 15 Frenchmen would be classed as a female? Anyway, you gotta love the French language. That's all for now. All the best. Have a great week, and see you next week.